Jonathan met up with a flamboyant Jean-René Onyangunga, better known as Doctor Pachanga, in downtown Braamfontein to catch up on his latest style diary. For this man, fashion is a way to express individual style and creativity.
Brother,
how you doing,
how's it going? Doctor Pachanga, the only man I know who can pull off a look like this.
Yeah, no, we've been doing this for a while. From the streets of Kinshasa to Johannesburg, we've been prepping. And even my homeboy Leroy, we're actually teaming up and trying to actually educate for the next look.
We've been watching your style evolve through the years, and you've come a long way since those vintage days.
I come from 2 generations of vintage. I mean, my grandmother did vintage, my mother did vintage, and I kind of picked it up from there. But as we know that vintage is slowly fading out, but for the love of it, I'm still incorporating a lot of colors, as you can see from the outfit. Coming with a lot of 60s prints, but in a modern day form where it allows you to play with a lot of things. There's no limitation, there's no boundaries.
Pushing the boundaries of fashion to new heights is what the Doc's look is all about.
My love for fashion is internal. I think it will live with me until that light switches off, but yeah, it's internal.
Known as Mr. Tastemaker, the Doc's eclectic and sometimes outrageous fashion appeal goes back to his Congolese roots. He grew up surrounded by the sappers and crafters in his family, who inspired his colorful presence.
Leroy, capturing someone like Doc is awesome for a photographer because he's such a flamboyant character. It's not just about the clothes, it's about him as a person as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, him as a subject is awesome. I mean, like, he is very dramatic, and I love the fact that he also breaks through with gender roles, and that, apart with fashion, it makes an awesome combination.
And we're in the heart of Jozi, which makes for the perfect backdrop. I mean, we've got the city behind us, we've got the textures. This is the perfect place for a photographer to capture somebody like the Doc.
Yeah, especially with fashion and how the Doc chooses his pieces. I mean, it's very colorful, so whenever I shoot his style of fashion, I always look for places where it's dilapidated or places where people do not take notice of beauty that could exist in that space. So what I do is I put him in that space and I bring it all alive with that.
These guys are making me nervous. You know, the things fashion people will do to get the shot is pretty crazy. The Doc has got the poses waxed. His clothes are like made for the city. The colors are just popping. The textures are amazing. This guy was just made for fashion, man. Work it, Doc.
Look at us.
Work it, baby. Work it for the camera.
One thing's for sure, the Doc's designs create a unique balance between that African and Western look.
Doc, the pics are looking amazing, man. The colors are popping against the gray of the city. They're just looking so sharp.
Yeah, no, we're teaming up actually with the African color print. We're also going with the double-breasted Michael Jackson Thriller. And then we're playing a little bit, yeah, because I grew up in Durban, so the Ingwe also playing in there, you know, the king of the streets. Yeah. And then also just make it a little bit more relaxed and sporty. So we got the baseball. It's a major league that we've been playing in also. So basically, we're working with the socks, also mismatching at the same time, just giving everything a lot of fun. I think maybe we should get you into something. What do you think?
Dude, judging from the 2 outfits that you've been wearing, I cannot pull that off. So I hope you've got something else in mind for me.
No, don't you stress. I'm the good doctor, so I've got the right medication for you. Let's jump onto let's go to the shop and let's go see. All right, cheers.
Challenging perceptions on what homegrown fashion should represent, the Doc is also an entrepreneur who aligns his outgoing personality with business acumen and a keen eye for all things beautiful.
Dude, yeah. You know me well. You nailed it. Yeah. You completely nailed it. Can't go wrong with a classic 3-piece suit. So how do you go about turning fashion into a successful business?
Well, it first started actually off with a couple of friends coming to visit at home before going out. I would play dress up with them and they just wouldn't return the clothes. So they will literally just put money in my account. That's where it started from. But I've been kind of using a lot of social media. That's where I actually build up a lot of my database, and also screaming colors just to show people exactly what I'm all about. Already being loud and unique with once-off pieces, so I created a niche market for myself. Every time, every season, I'm always trying something new. It allows people to always come through. at all times. It's always about daring and always about breaking the laws of fashion and breaking the laws of the norm.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You got to be brave. You got to find your niche.
There we go.
And you got to back yourself.
That's it.
That's great business advice, brother. I'm going to try this on, man.
Yeah,
I've been staring at this baby for a while
Let's do this.
Time for Jonathan to step into that sapper style, which says a man in a suit does not roll on the ground.
What do you think, dude?
I think it's brilliant.
I think you got it spot on. What?
Yeah.
What's happening here? You changed quicker than I did, bro.
I know, the great Houdini is going to keep up with the pace, you know?
You're still playing dress up after all these years.
Yeah, I mean, getting your style together comes from the inner you. Express yourself. Don't limit yourself at all. You want to be a mediocre, or do you want to be above average, or do you want to be the best? And for me, the choice is a person has to be the best.
The good man, the doc here and I, we challenge you to go out there, to find your look, to be confident with who you are.
And yeah, keep up with the hundreds.
Exactly.
And this man is looking 200.
Our man here is pushing fashion boundaries. He's making things happen. Hashtag top billing. Tell us what you think and show us your looks.
Dr. Pachanga turns the art of dressing into a cultural statement, befitting the sappers and tastemakers of elegant society.